Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Skotcast. That's good. Let's lay that down. Let's record it and use that as our new intro music for life. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rodcast. Today we have my buddy Rod on the show. I was supposed to do this episode by myself, and I thought that I was gonna be fucked, and my life was gonna be ruined. Just when you think you're fucked, life comes around and everything works out.
It's kind of like when we first met. You thought you were fucked, and then God fucking shines down this fucking angel of despair and self-loathingness, and this guy's just fucking up his life. And then all of a sudden you meet him, and the clouds.
So I was the guy that was fucked?
No, you were fucked, but I was also fucking up my life.
Well, I don't know what the issue was. We thought that Scott was definitely not going to be here and you guys would still be in Australia. I guess we just messed up the scheduling, huh?
Nerf even made it.
Back to the old original Toddcast, Rodcast. The boys are back.
Or were you actually just really excited to be by yourself?
I was excited. I had a game plan. I was going to have Scott lookalike here. It was a really funny bit, but it would have probably just taken a lot of work and stressed me out. Oh, by the way, Jake Paul called me out to box. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
I got a notification on Twitter. It said, who would you guys like to see me fight? Any of these guys? So I messaged him like, hey, what the fuck, man? I thought we were friends. And he's like, yeah, friends could fight too. Yeah, that's not true, Jake. Because you know what? I don't think my fans want to see me go back to jail. Because if we do step in that ring, you're going to fucking die, and I'm going to go to jail for manslaughter with my bare fucking hand, actually with gloves on, because you would be pummeled to death in the first 10 seconds.
With gloves on, with brass knuckles underneath the gloves. We're going to pay off the refs to look the other way.
And if I lose, I'm going to get a bunch of my friends to jump you after.
There's going to be 3 hits, a 1-2, and your head on the floor.
Yeah. And then, we could even have an undercard. Nerf could go fight your dog. Actually, he's got a big fucking dog.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. We'll just have 20 Nerfs.
No, what you do is you get Nerf, you tape some fucking knives to his paws, and you teach him to dance.
There he is. Scott's back.
Hey.
So far, we've started beef. We've talked shit about you. We got Nerf canceled.
Great energy today. I love to see it. Let's not be going through any controversy.
I'm still
not be going through any fucking break.
Oh, I'm not going through any controversies.
Hey, give me a breakup. I want something to rile me up. I want something to get me on another bender.
Well, we're back. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I was in Miami while you guys were in Australia. A lot of exciting stuff happened. If you guys watch David Dobrik's vlogs, you'll see that one of our buddies and rival podcaster, Zayn Habazi,
you were hanging out, like I said earlier, with rival podcasters the entire time.
Why don't you go over the podcast
research
with the unfiltered crew?
The unfiltered, most filtered it could possibly be filtered. Hypocrite cast. Well, I was hanging out with them guys, and it was all for research on them. I was the first one to tell you that some stuff had been done for a joke where the rival podcaster kissed your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, correct.
We're back to sharing a mic. We had a little issue with one of the mics.
Yeah, apparently Nerf's mic doesn't work. What the fuck?
This whole time.
You had those snores in all by yourself? So Todd, how did you feel when you first watched that video and saw the kiss?
Before the video went up, David called me and I was in Australia. I was trying to order some food. He's like, hey, Todd, I just want to let you know, Zayn and Corrine kiss in the vlog. I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit, man. Like, Corinna's my friend, but us dating it doesn't feel like it happened. Like, it's so long ago. It's like so pushed out of my mind. Like, I really don't give a shit. So I watched the video. It kind of like hit me in a spot, like just slightly, where I was kind of like almost embarrassed because I was in front of people while watching the video. So I was kind of embarrassed about it. Like, oh, that guy just like kissed your ex-girlfriend. Not where I really cared about Zayn kissing her.
Doesn't acknowledge it.
Does that make sense?
We're sharing a mic, so,
like, I was just
so
like,
Scott had to raise his hand.
I was just like slightly embarrassed. But at the same time, it was very weird to watch, Like, your best friend that you live with makes out with your ex-girlfriend for a stupid blog.
I was going to say, I don't know, if I got the phone call that Zayn was about to make out with my girlfriend, if I would be happier that David called me or angrier And he made out with my girlfriend.
It was a really funny bit, man. It was a really, really funny bit, and it
was
started
funny.
off
It
where
made me really uncomfortable at first, like the way Zayn was whispering. I was like, I know it's gonna happen, and this is like kind of creeping me out.
well,
for some
imagine
reason.
having to see it done 3 times.
Hey, that's bro code right there, man. As long as the bit
I
works.
thought Zayn was just they call it asexual?
Asexual, yeah.
Because I don't really see him ever like hook up or even talk about hooking up or trying to ever. So that's why I was like the best guy to do that out of the friends group.
Yeah. It was.
Well, it was really funny when it happened. Everybody was a little liquored up. They were passing around a bottle of tequila, and Zayn was actually being truthful. Like when he was like, "Nobody's ever gonna kiss you." That's it, because the bro code, and he was being for real. And then David just had the bright idea. His director mode kicked in, and he was like, "It would be so funny if you guys made out after you said that." And it was just like it was like a super bad type scene.
How do you think David would feel if like it was me and Liza?
I think he would feel threatened because you're a big buff, good-looking stud. And
Thanks,
in this
man.
case, Zayn is just like one of our good friends who
True.
is not a threat, and you
Yeah.
don't have feelings whatsoever for Corinna. Not
No,
that
yeah.
I don't know if anybody has feelings for each other anymore, but
On that note, like my feelings were just out the door for everything.
Everything,
You know? Like not
yeah.
even Nerf. I don't give a shit about Nerf anymore.
oh, you've gone full-blown Patrick
okay,
Bateman mode
wow.
a
Yeah.
long time ago.
I'm sorry, Nerf.
Yeah, probably since the day I met you, you've been like full-blown American Psycho.
You know what? I watched that clip of Zayn and Corrina making out like 20 times. Rewind.
Just to try to.
I'm like, yeah, I fucking love this shit, huh?
I don't
But
even need a mic. I'm just gonna gesture the whole time. Just a little. I learned sign language right now. Like,
dude, when you went on stage, I saw that clip of you on stage in Australia.
yeah.
Now you're across the world, and you're like, "Fuck Zayn," and the crowd goes wild. And then we're about to go on stage in Miami, and the time you were at night, and the show in Miami was daytime. And then Zayn comes out, and he's like, "I want to apologize to my friend Todd Smith for taking his fucking girl and making her mine." Or whatever he said. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I
and
saw
then
it.
you guys had like a rival thing,
Yeah.
like, and it's all obviously fake beef, but it felt like we had our own like kind of East Coast West Coast beef.
Yeah, but it was on the other side of the world.
Yeah,
You
even
know?
bigger.
Across the Pacific.
We'll look back on this and have a good laugh.
Yeah, maybe. I hope Zayn wakes up tomorrow.
Oh yeah, he's your roommate.
Yeah. He should sleep with his eyes open.
not gonna say. I mean, not saying that you guys are gonna get back together, but imagine if like Todd and Corinna did get back together, and somehow 3 years from now they're looking back on it and it's just boiling Todd's.
We're never getting back together. I want to make that clear.
This is a possibility. Okay, with Corinna, I understand, but out of all your ex-girlfriends, there's always a maybe 10% chance that you guys might end up back together.
I guess with anybody, right?
No, for you.
Oh, no. I'm going to squash everything right now. There's no chance.
No chance.
There's
Gotcha.
no chance. So what else happened in Miami? I saw you guys were partying a lot. Any girls?
We were partying, but it was mostly work. We were doing the shows. So one of the shows was in West Palm Beach. I flew out there with Jonah. It was me and Jonah because we were doing the fitness transformation thing with his family. And the first vid came out. He got a little backlash. He wasn't too happy about it, and he wasn't too motivated to really go on a trip and do more comedy because he was letting the heat get to him. I had to convince him to get his shit and just come with me, and I told him that it would be a great time because he loves comedy and that's what he's passionate about. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that's going to make him happy. He finally did it, and he did not wake up for the show. He slept through the show. But he did make the Miami one, and it went great. We loved it. We had a good rhythm up there on stage. We're getting more comfortable. We still suck. We still are not stand-up comedians, and we are struggling. But we got it done. We got some laughs. We got a nice boost of confidence.
You're struggling? We do this podcast together every week, and I could never see you struggling.
Thank you, Scott. But yeah, man, there's a lot of editing that goes into this, and you can't edit live on stage.
Do you ever go to rehearsals?
We didn't even have a plan of what we were going to do when we got out there, which is very dangerous with Jonah.
You know how I do like little album release parties when I release an album? You and Jason should have comedy stand-up set release parties where you throw a little party and you perform to just your friends.
That sounds like hell.
Imagine what I have to fucking feel like every time I go perform 3 of my songs to a bunch of people who don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, you've gotten really good at it. You've gotten good at controlling your nerves there. Your nerves. Controlling your nerves. I did the Views podcast with them when we were in Miami, and David asked me the same old story about, oh, yeah, so you sold drugs here. Is it weird that you're here doing YouTube now? And I'm like, yeah, it fucking is weird. Like everywhere I look in Miami just reminds me of when I was out there bending the law and getting my ass kicked on every street corner. I was out partying a lot, so they got the best of me in a lot of those Miami brawls.
I think Cody was sending me photos a while back of like him and you. He's like just like old photos of you guys. And you weren't like in terrible shape, but you were thin, but kind of like
David-ish.
kind of like David, yeah, very Davidish and doughy.
Yeah, I never went to the gym. I only cared about making money.
And you were young, so your metabolism was just fucking firing.
Yeah, but just a lot of booze, not really any nutrition whatsoever, just booze and candy. That's how I would survive back then. Ice cream.
Swedish fish kick.
Yeah, that's it.
You said David was asking you the same old questions. Like, I feel like everything is really repetitive. Like, whenever we do interviews and shit like that, they ask us the same questions.
Yeah, David, that piece of shit host. What media school did he go to? Fucking Vernon Hills.
Have you done any, like, traditional interview things recently?
What do you think, Scott? I ruin this goddamn podcast for us every week because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, I have, and Todd has. And whenever we go up to do it, it's like, how did you get your start? Not in that accent, but it's always the same thing. Well, I started on Vine, and then Vine died. I went to YouTube, and then I started doing music. Like, it's the same answer, and you do the same interview over and over and over again. For some reason, for me, it doesn't get easier. Does it get easier, Todd?
It depends if I'm hungover, like the next morning or not, which actually makes it a lot easier because I care less.
It's kind of painful repeating the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, how's the vlog squad? Oh, David this, David that. What do you think about this? Yada yada.
A lot of talk shows are similar. That's why I try to do wacky pranks, and then, nobody wants to come on the show anymore because they don't want to get wacky pranked. Then we're back at square one. It's either you do the same old bullshit repetitive talk show, or you try to do something new, and then you end up getting fucking canceled, or nobody wants to come on it.
How many times have you been canceled and brought back?
About 6 in the past 2 months.
You're like a cat.
I've only got 3 lives left, man.
better use them wisely.
Yeah, I'm slowing it down a little bit. I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun training these Antonians and making these videos.
Yeah, no, I was just watching your first video the other day when I squashed Jonah's Twinkie.
Yeah.
I watched that a couple times back.
He's very upset with me about the video and how we portrayed him, but he does this character, and it's all throughout the whole video. He puts on that dry Zach Galifianakis type of character where like you want to hate him, but you hate him so much that it's hilarious.
Everyone hates him on the internet, or not everyone, but he's been getting a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like off camera, he cracks me the hell up.
Yeah,
He's so fucking funny.
He's really funny
But-
just to hang out with. He's
Yeah.
fun. Traveling with him is a little tough because he kind of waddles around. Like he walks really, really slow. To be fair, if you were carrying around like a 100-pound dumbbell, you would walk slow too. So I can't be mad at him, but he doesn't really try too much. So when he's waddling to an elevator and we're in like a fancy hotel and the people are looking over at me while I'm holding the elevator door, and then this guy is just waddling and he's about 50 feet away, it could be about 25 minutes for him to get to that elevator. So they all just look to me and I don't know what to say. I'm like, Jonah, come on. And that's every single moment with him traveling.
Well, him in public is really scary because he'll do random shit and make random jokes and he'll embarrass you in public. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he's in character 24/7.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just actually who he is if he's playing a character 24/7.
My character Rod that I play like 2 days a week. Rod is not here today, but that's like
Psycho Rod.
that's
We miss
Psycho
Rod.
Rod.
Yeah, I love Psycho Rod.
What is the rod thing, actually?
I don't know. I think we were just fucking around and we wanted to pretend like we weren't really friends with Todd because he doesn't come around to do the podcast with us that we all started together.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was just like you randomly being like, oh, where's that fucking Rod guy? But now it sounds like he actually has a character called Rod that he plays.
He adopted it and he made it his own. Welcome Rod, guys. Psycho Rod is Todd's alter ego.
Do you think Jonah's going to get more backlash after this episode 2, or you think it's gonna gonna get better for him? I watched it, by the way. I watched it today.
Oh, did you? What'd you think?
I thought it was hilarious. I was getting a little pissed off at Jonah. I was sitting there like,
Well, that's the effect, man. We're making entertainment. We're making drama. All these reality shows are just fabricated fucking bullshit drama and sound effects. You need a villain in
The
order
sound
to
effects.
have like a good plot. Just stupid shit. We're all friends. We're just joking around. Just you put a dramatic score over something and it's like, Whoa.
I know.
I haven't seen it. So, like, I understand putting him as a villain in the video, but how is it translating to that? Like, people hate him more because of the video.
It's a collective effort that they all have to lose 10 pounds each. And say Jonah only loses 4 pounds, then it's up to somebody else to lose 16 now. Yeah. So Jonah has a bit of an ego, or his character has a bit of an ego, and he's kind of rubbing everybody the wrong way. Not just the family, the viewers at home, me, the other trainers involved, the editors, everyone involved, everyone on the planet. This character is bothering.
See, for me, you got me invested because I'm hoping there's like a redemption arc for him. Like in episode 3 and 4, he's going to get it together.
I'm hoping for that too,
lose
man.
15 pounds.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that too. I'm yet to weigh them, so I don't know. He sounds pretty confident that he is going to be the hero at the end of the day. I hope so.
How many episodes do you think you're making? Or do you know?
3, probably wrap it up next week.
Always wrap it up.
Like, are
You
we
guys are
talking
great,
about?
man. You guys, I'm so happy that I chose to do this podcast with the 2 guys that are going on a world tour.
I'm not even on this podcast. I'm just a guest today.
Yeah, but technically you are. You're
Yeah.
probably getting hit with a check for 33% of zero every week.
That's fine with me. Yeah, we're going on a U.S. tour. October 3rd, we leave.
Oh, you're going to be gone for Halloween?
We'll be gone for Halloween.
Well, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm probably going to be Tyler Joseph. It's like 5 years in a row. Yeah. We're going to be backing up Scotty Sire on stage.
You had about 6 costume changes last Halloween.
That's when we just all started first hanging out with Jeff last Halloween. We met new friends also last Halloween before Halloween actually happened. And we probably had 6 different Halloween nights. Or I was 6 different costumes.
Yeah, a girl hit me up the other day already trying to lock me in for a couple Halloween costume. And I said, absolutely not. She wanted to do Fight Club. But it requires me to shave my head. You know, I would have to dye it for about a week.
You're almost there.
I'm going to have my hair gradually grow back throughout the podcast like Scott did. That was pretty cool. Maybe I'll do it. I'll call her back after this.
Yeah, last year I had a wig. I was Tyler Joseph, and then I forget what I was.
Yeah, I had a wig. That was one costume.
We went to this party. It was a hollow wig, and where everyone had to wear wigs.
And that's where you met your last ex-girlfriend.
Wow, time flies.
It was a quick relationship.
I mean, it wasn't that quick. I mean,
Dude, we'll cut this. So yeah, Miami was great. I don't know what else did we fucking talk about. Miami was great. We made some. Here's the stand-up show.
No, I was asking him what the scariest part of starting the podcast
That's
is.
a good question.
Like something
Oh,
new.
not just starting it.
Just doing
It took way too long, and we have a meltdown every time we do it.
Zayn was real hungover at this
5
point.
minutes, let's just scratch everything, let's just restart. Because it is really hard to come up with shit and just to talk about it and maybe flow. Fucking microphone. But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Just starting it.
hey, that's the guy that kissed my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, he's up there bragging about his podcast that he's made 2.5 episodes so far. I love that person yelled out Skotcast.
Yeah, she's cool. She's the one that always reminds me that we need to get candles. And she sent me that. So she was at the thing. It was cool.
Oh, yeah, that was dope. A mother and daughter came up to us after Jason's show. This mother had her daughter at 14, and now the daughter is 14. It was just a very emotional moment. She said that they were getting kind of distant from each other, and the videos is what brought them back together. And Jason starts crying, and then I almost had a tear fall out, and then I realized that it's David's videos that are the ones that brought it back together. So the tear sucked right back up into my duct. I let them have their emotional moment. It did feel very good. But now, if she said that the Skotcast is what brought them back together, I would have been bawling emotionally. I had no control over it.
I don't know why that gesture you did when you said bawling was so fucking funny. I would have been bawling.
But dude, they were so sweet, man. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any
glad you
fucking
experienced
stories from the fucking other side of the world where you had sold out shows? It's like pulling teeth out of this guy. So, Scott, you followed your dreams. You had a fucking biggest show of your career. Your family was there.
It was a great show. The crowd was great. And a couple days leading up to that, he hurt his back. So that was a main concern, his back. And then he got sick kind of on the plane or before. So it's all this energy going into him getting better.
Did your back work out?
I was jumping around, and I think it was pure adrenaline while I was in Australia that got me to push through. And then as soon as I sat down on that flight back home, I was like it just, because I was so excited to do that show, and I was so happy to do it. And I'm happy to have been able to go to Australia and play that show. It turned out fucking amazing. I had a great time, and I think it was probably one of the best shows we've ever done. And Todd fucking killed it. He had a story up there that he told, and we did the whole Zayn bit on the stage. Todd fucking nailed it. It was the most memorable moment of the show, I think.
Is it the one where he's talking about like doing shrooms and stuff?
You have that too?
No, he was like, fuck Zayn, Corinna's a whore. And then he was like, just kidding.
That was fucking funny. We did a good job, but I just haven't had time to rest my body or my mind or my soul. It's catching up to me now, and I don't feel good.
We did a shoey on stage, which is a lot of Australians do it. They think it's their thing. We poured beer in my shoe, and we drank out of my shoe.
Damn, you did it out of your... I would have taken any shoe in that audience over your shoe.
A sweaty, filthy van shoe.
It's literally the shoes he's wearing right now. Did you wash it after the shoey? No. It's just, he wears these shoes all the time.
Yeah, those are his most popular shoe.
And I took the first sip because I didn't want to get any of his saliva from his sip in my lips.
At least if you would have done it with me, and everybody in the podcast knows I like to switch up shoes one-time wear. And donate them to charity.
You wear like 2 or 3 different pairs a day.
Yeah, I swap them out all the time. So if you're doing a shoey with me, you're going to be safe.
I think on stage I even asked, I was like, Todd, you don't have any foot STDs or anything, do you? Because
I probably do.
Did this show actually make you more excited, though, for your 6-week tour? Because you performed all your new shit, right?
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. We play a lot of songs from the old album, songs from the new album. I figured out which songs I don't want to perform at this show and which songs I love performing. We got it all locked and loaded for the California American tour. The tour that goes around where we live.
I'm going to take this opportunity since we don't have any ad reads, but I would like to. Can you cut that back so I don't sound like an idiot? I would like to plug my book.
You know what we're going to do with that. We're going to leave all this.
I have a book that I've been working on with my friend Darren for quite some time, coming out October 1st. It's titled, I'll Give You $1 If You Consider This Art. It's a collection of short stories, poems. Some of the stories are from like Instagram 2014, just a new rendition, edited, made to be much better. So if you guys like to read or if you want to like use it as a coaster for your coffee table, you can check it out on the links below.
Can you give us a tiny taste? A lot of our listeners like to listen. And they don't like to read so much.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to do a little mock interview here? A little media coaching? Like, what's your book about?
I just said what's in there. I really don't want to do a media coaching thing right now.
Okay, well, where can they find your book?
You can find it in the links below. Amazon has it.
Always circle back to your website.
Now,
My
I'm
website.
asking this for
I'll
my
give you
friend.
$1.com.
I'm asking for a friend. What if you don't know how to read? Is there audiobook versions? This is not for me. I am asking for a friend that my friend doesn't know how to read.
Okay, there will be an audio book coming out shortly.
Found the extra cable.
Oh, perfect. Nice. We have the other mic is back. In the meantime, while we're setting that up, I was scrolling on Instagram a lot over the past few days. I've been traveling a lot. And there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with Fashion Week. A lot of interesting outfits. I noticed this one pair of shoes on a runway show. They were actually, let me just show you guys, because it's perfect for the podcast here where we have to walk around on a certain type of shells. You know what I'm talking about, Scott?
Oh, my God.
Look at that.
Walking on eggshells. That is a pun on a shoe.
Those would be perfect for us, huh?
How expensive are they? Like $20,000?
I don't know what brand they are. Probably like Balenciaga or something like that. They like to do a lot of meme style fashion. Now, I would personally never wear these shoes, but I would support Todd if he wore them. Here, check it out.
This would be great for Halloween and the podcast now called Walking on Eggshells.
Yeah, because that's what we have to do now.
Ooh, Talking on Eggshells, because it's a podcast.
Oh, damn, that's a good name. Ah, fuck. That's a good fucking name. Now somebody's going to steal it because we said it on here.
Fuck, don't put it in. I want to save it for my solo podcast.
We break up.
Like an eggshell.
Hellcast and Talking on Eggshells. Damn, those are both good names. I would want to go guest on his. I would definitely guest on Talking on Eggshells.
And Hellcast?
I was really hoping that you wouldn't show up so I could persuade everybody to comment, oh, this episode was great. without Scott. And then I could have my own personal podcast called the Skotcast.
You know, people will still probably comment that based on the beginning. They'll be like, "Oh, I got so bummed when Scott walked in," or like, "It was going so well."
When we first went to New York, like almost a year ago.
Yeah.
So Jeff didn't really know anybody in the blog squad, but I was able to trick him into going to New York for reasons that will not be named. We ended up going to New York and like seeing his parents, and then we broke into his parents' house, and we made a YouTube video out of it, pranking his parents. And that's almost a year ago, which is crazy to me because time flies.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd, that New York trip was great. We got to show you Staten Island,
Yeah.
show you your roots of where you were actually born before they moved you out to Huntington Beach and brainwashed you and hypnotized you into thinking that you grew up there.
Yeah.
You're actually a Staten Island boy, and we're related. You come from my body. I created you, and you got to meet your ancestors.
Jeff's actually my alter ego.
I am the Brad Pitt to his Ed Norton, or vice versa. I actually feel like I look more like Ed Norton in that situation, and Todd would be the Brad Pitt, but I am the one who instigates Todd into these situations, so it's kind of like a vice versa thing. Scott is just not even in the movie that we're talking about.
No.
Yes, I am. I'm Robert Paulson.
Who is Rob?
the guy they kill.
I have the man boobies. I get it. In death, he has a name. His name is Robert Paulson.
His name is Vanilla Ding Dong. To all of our listeners that are 12 years old, we're talking about a movie called Fight Club. If you look it up on IMDb, maybe you could catch a trailer and get caught up on what we're talking about.
There's a few movies in this world that are more important than school. So for your education, when you are legally allowed to watch the movie, watch Fight Club. Watch Fight Club.
Yeah, and when I say all you guys are 12 years old, I'm not insulting our entire audience. I'm only insulting the 12-year-olds. So don't go leave a comment and say, hey, I'm not 12, I'm 14. Yeah, I wasn't talking to you. You're 14. I was talking to specifically to the 12-year-olds.
And if you're 12, what are you doing? Scratch
Yeah.
that. Cut that out. Cut that out.
Yeah, if you're 12, fucking,
we're playing the fucking sandbox.
I'm watching the podcast. What do you mean?
That reminds me of Jeff's Motivation Monday. Yes, I just told some kids to take some drugs and ride some jet skis.
I was going through a real tough time then. You could see it in my face.
Yeah, you were a little. You weren't thick, but you were thicker.
I was swollen
You were swollen.
because I used to party hard. I bet you would have liked to hang out with that Jeff on Halloween.
I wonder
Halloweens ago.
Like us two, what it would be like with that Jeff.
I'm actually curious
You
if
know?
it would be like scary or intimidating or anything. Were you a scary
No,
guy?
no,
or
no,
were
no.
you?
Now
Hey.
I'm way worse because I have nothing to escape reality.
I think that's why I threw out my back. I think not drinking made me built up so much stress because that's what I used to do to cope with my anxieties and stresses and stuff, was to just like chill out with the drink. And then I had nothing to do anymore, so I threw out my back because all that stress and anger was just building up inside of me. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't drink. It's bad for you.
You could be old Jeff for Halloween.
I don't think I'll be sober forever, but I'm just I'm riding it until do something with my life.
Enjoy the little moments a little more because you're not drunk.
Yeah, I'll retire one of these days, get a Malibu beach house, or
Can I park my box next to it? I'm figuring that's probably how I'll retire
That'd be a good music video idea. Living in a box.
for the rest of my life.
Hey, that'd be a good documentary idea. You should live in a box for a good like 10 years, like Mike Posner's doing the walk across America.
He did that, and then he got bit by a rattlesnake.
Almost lost his leg.
He had trouble walking for a long time afterwards. You see that?
You should do that because he grew out his beard.
Lose my leg.
Yeah, he grew out his beard. Did you see how long his beard got?
Mhm.
He looks like Forrest Gump. Okay, while we're giving all this great advice, why don't we just jump into the next segment?
Why are we still doing segments?
Oh, yeah,
But
you
did
talked
you see the
about
Dylan Danis thing?
Yeah, is that
No.
real?
That's funny. That's funny shit.
Oh, let's see it. Yeah, let's
Hey,
play
there's
it.
nothing. So the backstory is that Jake Paul got upset at Dylan Danis because apparently Dylan slept with Tana. This is what Dylan says. And now Jake Paul has challenged Dylan Danis to an MMA match. Do you think, well, hey, look at this. You're in the...
What is that?
It says Jake Paul slams Jeff Wittick and Dylan Danis. You're in the same breath, man.
Oh my God, that's
no,
awesome.
He
Hey.
didn't. He didn't slam me.
Congratulations.
He was actually nice about it. He's like, we're friends. Sometimes we kind of had beef, but we don't. And you want to get out of David's shadow? I'm like, yeah, fucking whatever, dude. I'm in David's shadow.
Whose shadow are you in? Your brother's.
Yeah.
Was that what you were going to
Yo,
say?
yeah. Wait. Yeah. When are you going to get out of your brother's shadow? Oh, I just joined the cringe fest. The fucking cringiest beef. But when he did call me out, I did see dollar signs, and I did message him, and I was like, how much we talking? It's a lose-lose, because I get in the ring.
Let's make some insider bets. You go down in the 5th.
Yeah.
You go down in the 5th to a right.
And then I lose my boxing. I can't box ever again. And I'm like, whatever. Just made fucking $10 million.
I was never going to do boxing anyways.
I was never going to do boxing. I'm bleeding. Bags of money around me. They're bringing out my bags of money. I was never going to do boxing anyways.
You're all fucking idiots.
Todd, would you be in my corner? Come on, rip his fucking head off.
Come on, kid. Don't let me fucking down. I swear to God, I got so much money riding on this.
We'll get you the cleanest steroids. They'll never know.
Yeah.
Come on, kid. Hey, I see 3 of them.
You in his corner.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd for sure juice up.
Juicing up mid-round.
I'm going to start the steroids now, just in case.
Just in case.
I tried voting on the thing, though. I voted for myself, and they don't even give you the results. It's kind of like fucking dumb, you know?
You know how like YouTubers are, you know, they kind of can do whatever they want sort of shit. So I picture these boxing things, like some of them going in there not taking it seriously at all and doing one of those like kind of jokey things where they're like, you get the comedic advice, pull your pants down. No one wants to fight a guy with his pants down. And I picture a YouTuber going up there, pulling his pants down in the middle of the fucking ring, getting charged with public indecency, like all this shit, like thinking it was like the best funny idea. And ruining their fucking whole career.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a lose-lose for me. I'm either going to go in there, pull my pants down, get arrested for indecent exposure, or I'm going to go in there, I'm going to rip his head off, and get charged with manslaughter
Of a Paul brother. That's the official statement.
Okay, so here it is.
Okay, yeah, let's look at this piece of shit story now. What happened now? This gets taken out of context, and now I got to fight this guy too?
Dylan Danis tweeted out, "Fuck the Pauls." Then Jake retweeted it saying Savannah did.
Ooh.
Which is Dylan Danis' ex-girlfriend.
Ooh.
And then Dylan Danis posted a picture saying, "I teabagged your wife."
Wow. I feel like they're all playing that up. How could Tana take that photo without it being somewhat malicious or being in on the publicity stunt?
I don't see Tana ever being teabagged. Like, why would she want that?
What is it, teabagging?
Your ball sack over their forehead.
Who makes up these things?
Why did you tell him? We should have asked him if he wanted us to demonstrate. It was a big term in gaming because you could crouch on like Halo and games like that, and you could whenever you killed someone, you crouch over their face and it looked like you were teabagging them. And it was a way of saying like, I fucking killed you.
That's how it came about.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay. I get it. Halo.
He only played Grand Theft Auto.
I only played Grand Theft Auto, which I felt like I was in when I was back in Miami driving around the boys. Hey, Rod, you like doing the podcast? You want to come back in once in a while?
No, it's kind of fun. But I like my hiatus coming back like a month
Could I
later.
sublease my contract? Give it to Todd?
Oh man, I don't know if you can do that. I got a lot of shit going on.
I was going to ask that first. That's what I was getting at. Let's get into the advice from assholes.
Oh my God, it's a mummy.
Hey, Jake and Scott. Love the podcast. I know I look a little scary right now, but I was just wondering, what's your skincare routine? Because y'all have really good skin, and I'm trying to fix this. So let me know. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye.
Nothing. Leave it alone. Leave your skin the fuck alone, all right? That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I just lay down in a tanning bed for about 45 minutes a day. I just eat lots of Swedish fish at night.
Lots of dairy. Extra dairy.
Yeah, and don't use face wash because that's a scam. You don't actually need any. The cavemen didn't have face wash, and their skin looked perfect. You ever look at a picture of a caveman and see any pimples on him?
All covered in fucking warts instead. Because they got diseases and things that they can fucking take care of.
Their foreheads are growing out.
There's like lumps and shit.
Yeah, just live life as if you were a caveman, and you'll be fine.
Hey, quick question. I was wondering how you guys prevent from getting creative burnout with all the content that you put out.
Mushrooms.
Thanks, guys. Love the podcast.
We don't prevent it. I've been creative burnt out since I met Todd in New York. When we went to New York, I've been burnt out. That's why I did a prank on my parents by pretending to smash their window and burglarize their home.
You really could do this podcast on your own because you said exactly what I was going to say.
I've been creatively burnt out for 4 years.
Since I met Todd 20 years ago.
Oh, exact. Down to meeting Todd.
Down to meeting Todd. It just sucks the life out of you, man.
Creative burnout is definitely a thing, but everything's content, you know? Talking about creative burnout is content, I guess. So just fucking keep going.
Not to plug my channel or anything, but if you want to see what creative burnout looks like, check my fucking channel.
Hey, my question is for Jeff, and I would like to know your outro song. Is it an unreleased Dirt Nasty song? Will it ever be released? Question for both of you guys is, what are you going to be for Halloween? And love the podcast. Thank you.
Great questions. The Dirt Nasty song that I use for my outro, Burning Man, I just want to go to Burning Man and suck my own dick.
It's called Bonky Burner.
Bonky Burner. Yeah, Simon is a really talented producer as well as a rapper, and he makes mostly comedy songs, and a lot of them never see the light of day. They never make it out on the internet, but he has a lot of funny stuff like that, and he just let me use that one.
Are you guys good friends?
You
have a podcast together? Do you promote his unused music for any purpose?
I've been asking you for a fucking jingle since we started this thing 37 episodes ago.
I've always had 37 episodes.
We've had 37. This is the 38th.
That's as old as you.
Don't say that. Hey, I'm not even turning 30 anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to be fucking 25 forever.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll meet like a younger person, and they're like, "Oh, you're fucking 30, bro. You're old." And I'm not, like, I'm about to be 30, but it just fucking flies by. So I'm like, yeah, you laugh now, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to be 30 in like 6 months.
I'm about to be 30.
The kid's like 19, and I'm like, you're going to be 30 in like 6 months. And I fucking walk away like I just roasted him. And the kid's like, what the fuck? But in my head, I know that shit goes like this. So I know what the fuck I'm saying.
Just wait. Your 20s fly by.
Yeah.
They fucking
oh, you're 19,
fly
bro?
by.
Well, you got 6 months till you're 30.
I'm 30. I'm about to be 40. You're 20? Well, you're about to be fucking dead. Get out of my face.
Yeah, that's right.
We're about to be 30, then 40, and then 50, and it's all over. There's no point after 40, really.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Gal. Can you and your squad come to my 5th birthday?
Well, now I regret cursing at those 12-year-olds.
I was literally going to say the same. I was literally going to say, I regret. I was going to change it after that. But yeah.
5-year-olds.
I know. What
to all the 5-year-olds out there.
Wow, what have we done?
I just want to say,
we created.
We need to redo this episode.
Happy birthday. I hope she's not listening, but happy birthday if she is. 5, you're going to be 30 soon. Good luck. Hey, get ready, sister.
Yo, high five. That was a good one.
That was good.
Damn.
Yeah, nice, dude. I think we ended on that, right?
Perfect, yeah.
That was great, man. Well, it was good to have you guys. It's good to be back with the boys.
I just want to say thanks for having me back here. I'll probably be back another 37 episodes.
Yeah, if you guys liked having Todd here, comment down below if you liked him. Also, if you didn't like him, comment why you didn't like him.
Also, comment that about me. I want to know what you guys think.
You know what? I don't give a shit. I don't read the comments anymore. I got thick skin. It goes... I don't give a shit. What am I saying?
He literally,
Just delete this.
He literally does physically have thick skin.
It is.
And I think that is built up over time from all the
like
comments
an
on the
elephant.
internet.
He's like an elephant.
I used to care what people thought. No, I really don't give a shit anymore.
Doesn't matter anyway.
I used to care what people think. Now I care what people think more.
If you guys like this podcast, leave a thumbs up on it and rate it on iTunes so we go in front of Zayn and Hijazi, whatever his partner's name is.
And share this podcast with anyone who doesn't watch us yet. Try to get them involved in this podcast
listeners.
because we are in a violent competition now to try and be the #1 podcast in the Vlog Squad.
Also, let's get my book, the number 1 book in the Vlog Squad, okay? But his whole life.
It's our intro and outro song.
This is our outro.
Oh, what's our intro one?
We have a different one.
Oh, I like the intro one. I saw that.
Yeah.
I just want to go
something nothing doesn't matter, yeah.
This one.
Say something nothing doesn't matter, yeah. This is Skotcast. Jeff be talking, Scotty talking, Nerf be talking, yeah, man. Nerf be talking, yeah. Say Jeff be talking, Scotty talking, something Toddy talking, man. It's the Skotcast.
That's good, huh?
Blow out the candle. One of you.
Oh my god.
There's another one.
That was cool, man.
Vicious. All right. Nice.
Feelings.
Supposed to be only in my head, though.